Hello and welcome to the Film Cricket, the show that assumes it knows what's good and what's not, and tells you which films will leave the theaters cheering and which ones will leave the crickets chirping. I'm your host, David Johnston. In this episode, we are going to take a look at a project out of DreamWorks, The Help, a film that is based on the book by Catherine Stockett. Now this early 1960s period film is mostly focusing on a group of young Southern women, Southern Belles I think they're called, and their family dynamics and how they interact with the hired help, who inevitably become marginalized members of said family, who aren't even allowed to use the family bathroom. The plot drives along powerfully with a strong ensemble cast and deals with deep societal and moral issues from the segregated American South. It shines light on some often overlooked aspects from that time period.
Sorry I'm late.
We didn't ever think you'd leave Ole Miss.
It does take 4 years, Jolene. I got a job today, writing for the Jackson Journal.
Great. You can write my obituary. Charlotte Phelan, dead. Her daughter, still single.
Does this dress look handmade?
I reckon when you finish it won't.
Thank you.
She looked like the winning horse at the Kentucky Derby.
I have drafted the Home Health Sanitation Initiative.
The what?
A bill that requires every white home to have a separate bathroom for the help.
Maybe we should just build you a bathroom outside, Haley.
Minnie? Hey, Abilene.
Hey, Minnie. These women raise white children. We love them, and they love us, but they can't even use the toilets in our houses.
Minnie, are you in there?
You are fired!
You said to write about what disturbs me, particularly if it bothers no one else. I'd like to write something from the point of view of the help.
I want to interview you.
No maid is ever going to tell you the truth. That's a hell of a risk to take in Jackson, Mississippi.
Courage isn't just about being brave. It's about overcoming fear and daring to do what is right for your fellow man.
What changed your mind?
God and Miss Haley Holbrook.
I'm gonna help with your stories.
We all are.
Y'all brought me into this, but I'm gonna finish it.
Have you lost your mind?
No, ma'am, but you about to.
It's quite scandalous. Sounds like Jackson, if you ask me.
You tell Abilene. Do I have plans for her?
You a godless woman. We gone done in now.
Now, the idea might seem like a sort of a chick flick, and I can see that. In some ways, you could argue that it is, but allow me to interject something very important here. The overall theme of the film transcends any perceived girl power, cotton candy fluff. It's really a film about relationships and doing the right thing despite any consequences that may come for doing that. As I mentioned before, this is a stellar ensemble cast, but it also includes some particularly standout performances. Most notably, Viola Davis, who plays Abilene Clark, and the amazing Octavia Spencer, who plays the iron-willed Minnie Jackson. Emma Stone, as the young budding writer Skeeter, she helps move the story along quite well. She's kind of like the glue that keeps it going. There are a couple of laggy moments and some cliche stereotypes. The character of Hilly, for instance, played by Bryce Dallas Howard, she tends toward the melodramatic. But these elements aren't really enough to pull the story down. it also seems to ignore the male perspectives and the indignities that they went through and perpetuated, depending on which group of males you're talking about. But it's astounding. The men they're not completely absent, but they might as well be. Now, despite these minor details, the film ends up being interesting, very well told, and emotionally engaging. The Film Cricket gives this a cheer to chirp ratio of 4.5 cheers to a half a chirp. The Help is rated PG-13 for profanity and adult-type situation-y thingies. And that wraps it up for this episode of the Film Cricket. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. And I hope at this point you can see the point of the wise old Homer Simpson when he said, "It's not that hard being a film cricket."